My name is Gustafsson. I'm a first year human kinetics student at the University of Windsor, and today I'll be talking about athlete burnout. My research for this piece consists of several sources, the main one being athlete burnout, an integrated model and future research directions by Gustafsson, Kenttä, and Peter Hassmén, which was published in International Review of Sport and Exercise Psychology in 2011. So, what is athlete burnout, and why should athletes and coaches care? Burnout is defined as a psychophysiological syndrome and a dysfunctional condition characterized by emotional and physical exhaustion, as well as a reduced sense of accomplishment, accompanied by distress and sport devaluation. There is also evidence that burnout increases the risk of cardiovascular disease, immune system deficiencies, and chronic inflammation. So obviously it is a very destructive condition for the athlete and therefore the coach as well. Burnout is very real. Athletes experiencing burnout suffer chronic emotional and physical exhaustion and sometimes end up discontinuing participation in their sport altogether. It is also linked to other harmful conditions such as non-functional overreaching as well as overtraining. What is overreaching? Overreaching is the accumulation of loading stress on the body during training. With proper recovery, overreaching can be a good thing. Leading after adaptation, it can lead to increases in performance. Prolonged periods for reaching, however, without adequate rest, can result in non-functional overreaching, which is a harmful extreme that causes a detraining effect. Overreaching or overtraining syndrome is the most severe level of overreaching, which has similar symptoms to burnout, such as detraining, depression, and lower immune system function. It can take athletes months or years to fully recover from overtraining syndrome. So what causes burnout? It has been suggested that athletes experience three basic stress sources: physiological, psychological, and social, all of which can contribute to athlete burnout and possibly overtraining. Physiological stress or training stress is considered the main antecedent to overtraining, while burnout research has leaned more towards non-training stressors or psychological factors such as demanding life events like school, financial problems, dysfunctional relationships, and social conflict. Competition-related stress can contribute to burnout also, but only makes up a small part of what is experienced by athletes. Consistently having to perform, lack of feedback from coaches, and having little social life because of training demands are important stressors to consider. Several models have been designed to explain athlete burnout. Gustafsson, Kenttä, and Peter Hassmén offer a new integrated model that contains both the process and state of burnout. It combines all previous burnout models and includes major antecedents, early signs, as well as entrapment, personality, coping, and environmental factors. Also, maladaptive consequences. This new model integrates both older and more recent research on athlete burnout and takes into account that burnout is a state which develops through a long process with severe outcomes for the athlete. Early signs are important for early detection and the possibility of intervention. Understanding these can help with the prevention of burnout. How is burnout treated? Burnout itself has physiological symptoms, but is understood to be more of a psychological state. Burnout is very personal and individual to the athlete and requires the adjustment of day-to-day life. The athlete must rededicate his or herself to achieving whatever sport goal the training is working towards and focus on minimizing sources of non-training stress outside of practice. This is something the coach could potentially help the athlete with. As far as the physical symptoms of burnout, overtraining syndrome seems to be very similar and can even be considered the physical side of burnout. Rest, proper diet, and lowering or eliminating training stress factors is the best way to tackle overtraining syndrome. Full recovery from true overtraining syndrome can take weeks to years. I hope you learned something from my clip. Thanks for watching, and have a great night.